7346 and connect with Doris, Shanzi, Daryl, or Michelle. For more information about the 2026 Island Wedding Expo, call 888-RDIO.
Calling out seniors 55 and older. Ganya Shopping Center is bringing you Silver Savings. You know, not everybody with a little gray in their beard is a silver fox. Unbeatable deals and discounts at places like the SM Island Store, Capriccio's, Cinnabon, Subway, Robbins, Planters, Pretzel Maker Studios, Miniso, Taco Bell, and Vitamin World, not to mention Ross Dress for Less at the Ganya Shopping Center. It's Silver Savings Tuesday. Traffic. Okay, there's the tab. All right, let me see if I can find some traffic for you. Put it up on the screen so that we are sharing the information between the two of us. All right, typical Tuesday morning, nothing major to report at 6:41. A little bit of traffic up around the Anderson Air Force Base main gate through there. 36 miles an hour when you're on the station here. Southbound Marine Corps drive-through, most of Dededo is looking good. I'm seriously don't see anything. Seng Song is clear. Nothing major until you get to the intersection of 1 and 3, and there's hardly any traffic there. A little bit of traffic in front of the Micronesia Mall intersection on Marine Corps Drive. Otherwise, it's looking good. All the way down to 8, 10, and 16. The tri-intersection is running clear. You will go from Micronesia Mall through most of Upper Tumon, Harmon, and Tamuning area without a whole lot to slow you down. Just seeing a little bit of traffic, as usual, around the Guam International Airport and Donkey Village, as well as Kmark area. East of Ganya into downtown Ganya, and then all points south, looking sweet. No major traffic. In fact, not even at the entrance to Big Navy. That's running fairly clear right now as well. I think that's all the traffic you need here. 6:42. I'll be right back again.
Yo, Guam, it's going down at Ipaw Beach Park. The Hopaloa Concert Series 5 is back, and this time, J-Boog live on Island. March 6th, one night only. Big vibes, big energy, and all the island energy under the stars. If you've been waiting for a concert worthwhile, this is the one. Tickets available now at guamtime.net. Don't wait, these will sell out. J-Boog live at Ipaw Beach Park, March 6th. Hopaloha Part 5. Be there.
Nice to know ya. Let's do it again.
And welcome back to Nissan Guam Deal of the Year. Okay, we have 2 contestants left. Phil, Jasmine, are you ready? Let's go. Phil, you get to decide which you want Nissan Guam to make. 3 months or 6 months of your car payments on your next new Nissan vehicle.
Both offers sound so good. Let's see. I'm going for the 6 months.
Great choice. And you too can get your own Deal of the Year. See Nissan Guam first today.
Got it. I got it. 6:43 Ray Gibson Show. It's Lent, FYI. Have you been behaving? Are you the best version of yourself now all of a sudden? Time to choose wisely. Wendy's Crispy Fish is back, made with quality pollock fish fillet, fried until it is the correct color of golden brown. Super satisfying. Go sandwich or go platter with rice and a fresh salad. The perfect Lenten meal here and only for a limited time and only at Wendy's.
Getting you back to the talk faster. It's the Ray Gibson Show.
I hear that. 644, 888-8255, 888-TALK. Just throwing numbers at you. In a world full of Megan Rapinoe's, be a Jack Hughes. That's a meme. Thank you very much, Keith, for sending that in. He's a meme machine playboy out there, scouring the internet. And yeah, take a look at this guy, Jack Hughes, and what an incredible deal. I finally got around yesterday to being able to find the video of the score. And the meme machines on social media were on point and absolutely ruthless. One of the things that the internet took a great deal of delight in posting was images of Canadians in bars and at their house watching the last seconds of that game. You could feel the weight on the crush on them as they were doing that, and then images of this guy Jack Hughes, who had apparently been checked a little bit earlier and took a stick in the mouth and broke his teeth.
There you go.
And now he's got the Duffy, but he's smiling wide. My guess is he probably still doesn't feel that. And I'm wondering how many dentists out there are saying, "I'll do that. I'll fix that for free. I'll take care of that little chip you got in a tooth there, Jack." Absolutely. Well, so it was Huffington Post came out with a thing and an article about, if you feel cringe when you hear the anthem, when they start singing the anthem, when they start saying "God bless America" and all of that stuff, to which there's a place, and I hope one day to go and dine there. I think it's called Jimmy's or something like that, and basically go F yourself to the Huffington Post. I'm sure you've seen that meme floating around as well. And it's just one of those things. There's a highlight. The United States did something wonderful at the now over Winter Olympics. Yeah, I think it's all done. And you got people that are I hate that. Couldn't be less proud of the accomplishments of the United States of America. And you just go someplace. Yeah. Stop. Just don't live here anymore. If you don't like it, then you don't have to put it in, right? What's that Nettie C says?
Oh yeah.
If you don't like it, don't put it there.
Don't put it.
Unbelievable. Anyway, 6:47 in the morning. Yeah, lots of stuff going on. What's that? Notes here from the guys. My bro over at Nacion Chamorro likes the. I put up a visual. And it's I play with this every once in a while to try to class the show up, and so I put up a visual a little bit earlier of something that says the Ray Gibson Show is going to be starting soon. I mean, I got it from AI. It's just a whole bunch of put together videos. I stitched together a bunch of videos that I got from artificial intelligence, and yeah, I think it does look kind of cool. I'll put it up on the screen right now for you, and it's what looks like a newsroom. Just before the launch of a live broadcast, a live network newscast, and so I put this up, and it's got signs that says the Ray Gibson Show will begin soon. That's cool. And then there's a couple that just say the Ray Gibson Show will something.
See all those people running around?
Exactly.
That's me.
That's what it's like here. That's what it's like here in the early morning broadcast. So yeah, it kind of classes the show up a little bit using the artificial intelligence. And trust me, those might be the only artificial intelligence images that I might be able to put up on the screen. Mark Mendiola says, "Good morning, Ray. Charter Day coming up. We're bringing Blue Night Battle of the Bands back. They'll be in at 9 this morning, right? We got charter school, charter night
charter people coming in.
Charter school people coming in
Blue
about
Night.
9 o'clock in the morning, and they're bringing back Blue Night. But I'm, it is with a great deal of pride that I say that I was selected, apparently unanimously, to be the MC for the 45th or 46th anniversary of what is it, the Songfest at Father Duenas. Yeah. So I'm happy about that, and I'm happy that people single me out as one of the survivors of the original Blue Nights for Charter Day at the University of Guam.
When it was
back
real.
Back in the day, yes. But I don't know if we're really going back to the original blue nights that we used to have. I'm just going to say that it has been some time. No more alcohol, no more smoking, and apparently no more nipples.
Yeah.
Just saying. 6:49. Is that Pika's best? His Pika's best. Remind me. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can do this while the show is playing here while we're talking. I'm gonna see if I can get a Pika's best jingle for Mayor Jess Allig from the beautiful village of Petey, who joins me now on the program. Brenson Zenavade, Mayor Allig, how did your health?
It's about time, my friend.
What?
Just kidding.
I get distracted. There's always something shiny in front of me, and I tend to get distracted. Sorry to leave you on hold for so long. How did the health fair thing go last week?
Well, yeah, there's. They go around, and they're going around to all the villages. So I think the good thing about it is that, it's comprehensive. There's just, it's a good thing because all of their services come out, right, from public health. And not everybody knows what's going on, really, what public health could actually do. So I'm sure, there's the crowd could always be better everywhere. And it's just something that, they just started in October. I mean, I don't know if you remember, I forgot which village they started, but I think this is just the third mobile clinic that they've done. But it is, like I said, comprehensive. Comprehensive in that all the services from public health come out. So, we just get the word out, get people to know that I don't know where they're going next.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's not just the glucose testing and blood pressure testing, right? You got all these other things going on.
Well, they got to bring in the food stamp people too, right?
You know what? I don't think they're. Well, there's the program. They talk about the program because there's there's a work program that
it's not a work program. It's the new rule
Right.
that I think is if it's not in effect now, it will be very, very soon. Where if you're going to continue to get food stamps, you have to be working. I mean, if you're an able-bodied individual, then you've got to be able to be working at least 20 hours a week or something like that, or be in a program, some kind of educational program. And they've made some cuts, if you will, to the eligibility. You say, well, I got to take care of my kids. Well, if they're over a certain age, they can take care of themselves. You go to work.
Yeah. So all of that was out, and all the child care stuff. They have early childhood programs and also child development programs that are out there that people don't really know exist. And I think it was part of their program to do that with these mobile clinics. So.
Right.
Of course, like I said, you could always expect more people. You can have more people. And then, it's kind of in the middle of the day. Those people that are hardworking, let's just be nice. The people that are working who need the help can't get there because they're working.
Mm-hmm.
But the people who are not working or who perhaps are off that day are the only ones who are able to show up. So, it's just kind of like planning anything else. You just never know what's the best way to do it, and you just kind of keep on going.
Okay.
So So it was,
I was at. Unfortunately, I don't have an update on when they're going to give you the keys to the USO. But I did note let's
talk about that.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So now I'm having to get permission from the Navy. So now there's something going on. I'm not sure what it is.
I'm in Commonwealth now. Protegi USO.
Stop it. So, we can have our own activist group, right?
Right. But I'm only, it's me and you and hot chicks.
I'm having a festival in April, and I want to use the space.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, now I'm like, okay, how am I going to get there? So now I'm having to ask the Navy permission. Is that interesting or what?
I thought they already handed it back.
I know. So let's see. I'll keep you posted. I followed up again yesterday because I sent the request since January, hadn't received anything back, and I don't want to, those guys up there I thought were friends. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days. I'll let you know what they say. And I hope they don't say no to me because somebody else is using the property.
Well, didn't they just have one of those triathlons?
Yeah. So.
Wait a second. This calls into. Is this because we didn't capitulate with the deal they made with Lou on the soccer field for the hospital? Is it like did they take all of the properties back?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's very interesting because my initial request was to the governor's office to use the space because it's not doesn't legally belong to the municipality of PD. And so it went from that to, now I have to ask, Navy. I'm thinking, why is it back to the Navy when wasn't it deeded already to the governor of Guam? So I'm like, oh boy, what a mess. So we'll see.
Interesting.
We'll see what they say, and I'll take it from there.
Yeah. Okay, so but I was just using that as a non sequitur to get into the conversation about your new gym. I guess the elect Josh Governor campaign has decided that PD, et cetera, is going to be is going to get a new gymnasium.
Yeah. Well, Yeah, they announced that a few months ago already. But
this is a new press release came out on the 17th. Acting Governor Josh, Mayor Johnny Kanata, DPW, today conducted a site visit to begin preliminary work in the village of Umatic, which will be home to one of 5 brand new open-air gymnasiums. And then it goes on to talk about other LWCF funding for additional open-air gymnasiums. MTM. Hey, I'm going to get a gym. Me and Paco going to get a gym.
Solid.
Asin Maina in Alahan and Petey.
Yeah. No, that was announced, a couple of months ago already. I'm not sure why it was re-announced. It'll probably be announced next month again. But I don't know. And, so you got Humatak's picture on the paper.
Right.
That's great. So Biba Humatak.
This is okay. So where in the village is your new gymnasium going to go?
Well, it's planned to be where the current basketball court is at, and because property is limited.
Yeah.
But the request is to reconfigure the space so that it could include restrooms and a storage room, and then of course our flooding issue here.
Yeah.
So I don't mind a facility, and I certainly welcome development, but I need to know how first. Make sure you don't flood me even more because we're already flooded. And while you do that, fix the flooding so that, you don't create a bigger problem for us at the end. I mean, who cares about a nice facility if the people are gonna flood?
Can't use it. Yeah, it's because it's going to be open air, so it's just going to be the foundation and then some covering.
Yeah, well, the other thing too is maintenance, and this is typical of some people where they just build, keep on building, and there's no real fiscal responsibility because there's no foresight. So next year after this is built, who's going to maintain it, and how are you going to maintain it?
Right?
Is it built for us to properly maintain on Guam? Can someone on Guam maintain those facilities? And are the mayors now? These are they're my colleagues, right? So are we figuring this into our budget? Because now we have all of these great facilities, and other villages that have facilities before us, and we moved into this new fiscal year without considering that. Okay, well, now I have a brand new gym, Biba, and ribbon cutting everywhere, all over the place. And now you want more. Everybody wants more. But are you sure now this fiscal year that every mayor's office has more money? Did you take that more money and apply it to maintenance of the grandeur in your village, right? So that's what's coming up. That's what I'll see.
That's it's an interesting concept, and much is being made about the veterans and their families being able to go and get a free education at the University of Guam. But my understanding is that legislation didn't come with any additional money for the University of Guam to be able to provide all of that free tuition.
And that's the thing too, right? Is that when you plan, gosh, that's just such a that's so irresponsible. That's such a childlike behavior. You don't. I mean, if you build a house, are you going to build a mansion and you could only afford, X amount? No, you build what you can afford and what you can maintain.
Don't buy the air conditioner unless you can afford to pay for the power bill, number one, and number two, make sure that you can replace it when it breaks. 659 and change. Now, Pica's best mayor, and through the use of artificial intelligence, I'm hearing this for the first time, as you might be as well. That we've got I've asked artificial intelligence to make a couple of jingles for you, and this might go a little bit long, but I want to hear what it has to say about Pica's best mayor. Stand by. Do I have it? Do we have a thing, Joe? Is the audio
up?
up?
I've got it prodded up. Yeah.
But
it better be good.
Early morning, coffee steam, clipboard phone, big time. Jay-Z on the corner, sleeve road high.
We're gonna have to play it off the regular machine a little bit later on, and I got to shorten it up. But I asked for a jingle, and it gave me 3 minutes worth of a song for you. I might send it to you anyway. 7 o'clock in the morning. I'll talk to you pretty soon, Jess. It's Amigo. Stand by now. Fox News on the point.
Play is back. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. The men's hockey team arriving from Italy after winning the first Olympic gold for the men's team since 1980.
It's for us, but the best part is for, like I was saying this, the day of the gold medal. It's for all the guys that have come before us, and all the young kids are going to come after us.
Forward Jack Hughes lost teeth in the win over Canada, but still scored the game-winning goal, just telling reporters.
In hockey, like, if you lose your teeth, it's not even a question of, like, coming back and playing. That's like a automatic stuff.
Both the men's and women's team winning hockey gold in Milan. The men's team landing in Miami after a change in travel plans because of the Northeast blizzard. That storm dumping historic amounts of snow in some areas. Emergencies declared from Delaware to Massachusetts.
In Providence, Rhode Island, they have topped the infamous blizzard of 1978, 32.8 inches and counting. New York City, their 9th biggest storm on record. And out here on the eastern end of Long Island, we've had 2 to 2.5 feet of snow, combined with winds up to hurricane force.
Fox Weather's Mike Seidel, more than 600,000 power outages in multiple states and ripple effects at airports around the country, with more than 20,000 flights disrupted through tomorrow. But Congress is still back in session today after a February break, and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is slamming President Trump on tariffs, saying Americans are suffering.
People pay more for so many daily goods, so many groceries, for cars, for homes, for everything.
The president defending his economic agenda and announcing a 15% global tariff after the Supreme Court struck down his emergency tariffs, also warning trading partners not to back away from trade deals. Uncertainty rattling the markets. The Dow down 821 points at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
Start your day with KFC's $5 breakfast deals. Choose the AM loaded platter, AM chicken rice bowl, or AM sausage, biscuit, and gravy. And now, enjoy a cup of premium Lavazza coffee from Italy with every meal. Head to your favorite KFC for our $5 breakfast deals and enjoy a taste of Italy with every sip. Breakfast is served from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. daily. KFC. Finger-licking good mornings just got better.
Boss 104, The Point, Star 101, and Lotte Hotel Guam present the 2026 Island Wedding Expo. Mark the date, Sunday, June 14th. Join us as we showcase an abundance of elegant choices for your special day. Table spaces are now available, but hurry, they're filling up. If you're a business that caters to all things weddings, from coordinators, florists, cakes, photographers, and more, call 888-7346 and connect with Doris, Shanzi, Daryl, or Michelle. For more information about the 2026 Island Wedding Expo, call 888-RDIO.
A plea entered for Nick Reiner, the son of director Rob Reiner, arraigned today on first-degree murder charges in the December killing of both of his parents, stabbed to death in their California home.
Shortly after attending a holiday party at the home of Conan O'Brien, where Rob Reiner had reportedly argued loudly with his son, who had apparently been behaving oddly and making other guests at the party uncomfortable. Nick Reiner has a long history of mental illness and drug abuse, and doctors had reportedly been experimenting with different medications for him before he allegedly killed his parents.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt in L.A., where prosecutors have not made a decision yet on seeking the death penalty if Reiner is convicted. The trial begins in Utah for a woman accused of killing her husband with poison.
Prosecutors in Park City, Utah begin laying out their case that Corey Richards poisoned her husband and father of her children, Eric, with a lethal dose of fentanyl in 2022. She later self-published a children's book on grieving following his death. She's pled not guilty. The trial set to last up to 5 weeks. Her lawyers say Richards has waited nearly 3 years for the facts of this case to be heard by a jury, free from the prosecution's narrative that's dominated headlines since her arrest. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
The U.S. military confirming another deadly strike on a suspected drug boat.
U.S. Southern Command says 3 men were killed in a lethal kinetic strike on a vessel today operated by a designated terrorist organization. The Pentagon says intelligence confirmed the vessel was transiting along a known narco-trafficking route in the Caribbean. No U.S. forces were harmed.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. More than 130 people killed since those strikes began last August. Recapping the sell-off on Wall Street, the Dow down 821, back under 49K. The S&P and the NASDAQ also dropping more than 1%. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
Sit-down breakfast? Wendy's. Grab and go breakfast? Wendy's. Big variety? Wendy's. Best value on island? Yeah, you guessed it. Wendy's. From hearty local breakfast platters to breakfast sandwiches and burritos to the morning melt panini made for mornings on the move. Wendy's breakfast has something for every kind of morning. Whether you've got the time to sit or you're heading out the door, Wendy's delivers big flavor and unbeatable value. However you start your day, start it with Wendy's.
Welcome back to Nissan Guam, Deal of the Year. Okay, we have 2 contestants left. Phil, Jasmine, are you ready? Let's go.
Phil, you get to decide which you want Nissan Guam to make. 3 months or 6 months of your car payments on your next new Nissan vehicle.
Both offers sound so good. Let's see. I'm going for the 6 months.
Great choice. And you too can get your own Deal of the Year. See Nissan Guam first today.
Burger King's double cheeseburger line is here. The Classic Double, Bacon Double, and Rodeo Double. The Classic features 2 flame grilled beef topped with pickles, ketchup, mustard, and melty American cheese on a warm sesame seed bun. The Bacon with pickles, ketchup, mustard, melty American cheese, and crispy savory bacon. And the Rodeo filled with the melty American cheese, tangy barbecue sauce, and onion rings, making a meal with cheesy tots and a refreshing Coca-Cola. BK's new double cheeseburgers. Available for a limited time only at BK. You rule.
News this hour is brought to you by AB Risk Solutions.
Half a day and good morning, Guam. It's 7:07. I'm Charlie Hermosa with a look at your local news on The Point. A fire at the Mid-Pacific Distributors Inc. Dededo warehouse resulted in smoke filling up the sky and the community hearing loud noises believed to be kegs heating up and popping. At around 2 p.m. on Monday, smoke could be seen in the sky from different parts of the island, and loud popping noises could be heard periodically, which led the Guam Fire Department to confirm the source was a fire at the Mid-Pac warehouse. At the time, GFD spokesperson Nick Arita confirmed with local media that units were preparing to begin putting out the fire. The Guam Daily Post arrived at the scene and learned from Mid-Pac Operations Logistics Manager Ryan Westling that the fire started at around 1:15 p.m. They were assuming the heat in the area were the culprit of the start of the fire. All rubbish before that was laid on the ground usually gets picked up later in the afternoon. It looks like the heat was the natural cause of the fire, said Westling, who added that the area has old beer kegs and broken down wooden pallets that was ready to be disposed of. No injuries were reported, according to GFD. Meanwhile, with roughly 10 months left in office, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero urged federal leaders during the 2026 IGIA plenary session in Washington, D.C. to direct federal investments into Guam's public health care infrastructure, specifically the construction of the new medical complex. Leon Guerrero made the remarks following a high-level briefing at the Department of Defense with Undersecretary of Defense Hung Cao. Cao and the governor reviewed current plans and timelines in support of a unified approach to the construction of the new medical complex. A release from Adaloop set on Sunday. More news after this.
Whoever said no risk, no reward has never been sued. Hi, I'm Dave Silva from AB Risk Solutions, and our job for over 70 years has been to help businesses just like yours manage risk. Manage risk? We will never be able to totally eliminate the myriad of risks every business faces, but we can help you manage them and recover when disaster strikes. From mom and pop operations to high-rise hotels, we're the experts businesses have counted on for many years. Call me today at 777-2668 for a free risk review and consultation.
AB Risk Solutions, formerly known as Aon.
The federal officials slated to meet with Guam's acting governor this week on deep-sea mining plans won't be arriving Wednesday as first reported. The governor's office confirmed on Monday. They will be coming on Thursday instead. John Ryan, communications director at the Office of the Governor, told the Guam Daily Post that Bureau of Ocean Energy Management and Department of Interior representatives will pay a courtesy visit to acting Governor Josh Norio on February 26, now shifted from the original February 25th date. According to sources familiar with the agenda, federal officials plan to walk Guam leaders through the agency's review process and take questions on agency concerns and priorities. Among the local divisions expected to be asked to participate is the Department of Agriculture. Meanwhile, the ban on the importation of live poultry from the United States was fully lifted by Acting Governor Joshua Tenorio effective Saturday. The directive follows a legal and policy review confirming that Guam law and current regulations already provide safeguards to protect the public health and agriculture without imposing a complete prohibition, according to a news release from Adelup. And that was your top stories. Now back to Ray.
Okay. No, I'm reading. It's Tuesdays, and what do we know about Tuesdays?
Yes, Tuesday, Hawaii, brother.
Hawaii Free Press, brother. They're coming out with stories, and a couple of interesting stories here about Augie T, who I did not realize is on some kind of Pacific Planning Council. I knew Augie
that's
T.
one comedian.
Yeah, he used to come out to Guam and do comedy shows for Secretary's Day and stuff back in the day, and then he's got this big radio show that he does on one of these island music stations there. But apparently he's got himself on a council, and he's on the council of the railway that they've got there, and so 3 planned extensions, including from the Civic Center to the Ala Moana, East Kapolei to West Kapolei segment, and Ala Moana to UH Manoa and Waikiki segment. Before the council's 8-1 vote, Augie Tulba questioned the HART executive director, Lori Kahikina, on whether Bill 60 authorized funds for planning and engineering costs, and is there an estimated cost, he asked, and they said they would just use funds to go to the University of Hawaii or further into Kapolei. Currently, there are no additional funds to go there. If we do obtain additional funds, we need the authorization first before we can even spend funds to go beyond. Grand plans of interconnecting with the historic rail, the empty rail, as some people are referring to it as. And we've got our own transit-oriented development future plans that they want to discuss there. But Augie Tulba voting no on this because there was no money behind it. And I'm going, we need that guy here.
Should we paint his roof blue, Ray?
Yes.
Just to protect him?
Protect him from the next round of, concentrated fire from the big direct energy beam satellites. A couple of other interesting stories about if you go to Hawaii and you're feeling romantic, amorous, if you're andying for somebody, a note here. Apparently, sexually transmitted infections are more common in Hawaii than the flu. Brada. So wrap that rascal, if you know what I mean. It's 7:12. I'm sorry, it hurts when I. But anyway, I'll read that story to you a little bit later on. 7:12, and what I was trying to get in the conversation with the rather salty Pika's best mayor Jess Allig this morning. They're touting over at the acting governor's office. Hey, we got these new gymnasiums that are going to get built up, and there's going to be one in Petey, and Pika's best mayor of Petey says, well, that's just great. Are you giving me money to maintain it as well, or is that going to have to come out of my budget for the deal? What's that, Jared?
First of all, this guy, Augie, somebody in Hawaii.
Augie told me. You remember Augie?
Yeah.
Been here a bunch of times.
He wants maintenance. Jess wants maintenance.
Yeah, they want money.
What's wrong with these people?
So Augie's
just build it. Never mind maintaining it. That's the way we do it.
Yeah, and that's how we end up with things like bulldozing the old administration building because we couldn't maintain that, and any number of schools and other government properties.
We cannot have elected public servants who want these things.
No, we have to just go for the ribbon cutting and the groundbreaking.
That's all
we need to do. 7:13. Jerry Roberts, likewise, salty Jerry Roberts is in the studio as well. Extra point here.
I was up all night making badges. Get off my case.
No, really. Really?
Well, not exactly all night,
but close enough. Why not? I got you. 7:14 in the morning. Jerry and I are both. I don't want to say that there's regret, but we have lived long enough to see one of our major issues back in the days of radio broadcasting has been solved. There was a once upon a time if you wanted to make a parody song or a jingle about something, it'd cost you thousands of dollars and all kinds of time and planning if you could get the money out of the bean counters.
If back in the day when I was doing it, it didn't matter if you had the money or not. You couldn't do it.
Yeah, it was hard.
You had to go get a group, some kind of band to do it for you because
Yeah.
there was nothing else.
So we now have a thing called Suno. I think I'm saying it right. And so while Jess Allig was talking, I asked Suno to put together. I asked it for a jingle, but Suno gave me a song. I'm not going to play the song, but I did go back and say, just give me a 10 or 15 second jingle for Pika's Best Mayor, and this is what it came up with.
Mayor Jesse, Pika's best mayor. Hey, hey. Mayor Jesse, Pika's best mayor.
Yeah, right? So,
Coffee in his hand.
we may at some point do away with Real Joe just screaming Uncle Si.
No, what do we need the mayor for anymore?
We got the
jingle.
We have a jingle for the mayor. Anyway, but the other thing is, and we were talking about this at lunch the other day, how we missed the boat on Bitcoin for a variety of reasons. And for me, I take comfort, I take solace in the fact that I could never afford Bitcoin, even when it was so-called cheap. But here we are in 2026 and looking at Bitcoin numbers at 715. Real Joe, what's the current Bitcoin number?
64,184.
64,184. The last time Bitcoin was this low, and relative terms, right, low, was in 2021, November of 2021. It was $64,402. And you might be going, okay, where was the dip prior to that? And for that, you got to go back to the November again of 2022 when it was 16,000. Do you remember those days? Does it sound like it's moving back into a realm of affordability here at $64,000? And in 2021, $62,922 for those of you that want to keep track of all of the data. And it is downward trending right now.
Yes,
it is downward trending. So if you missed the boat back in 2019, 2018,
2011,
when you
2010,
could buy it out of vending machines for $20, we might be going back into that realm before too much longer. Look for a bottom. But the problem is if you're going to buy it, what you think is the bottom, and it's going to go back down to $300 a Bitcoin. And yeah, it can go to zero. 7:17 in the morning. Some of the other numbers that we look at, I'm supposed to do a thing, right? I got to do the APL thing. We haven't really started.
Didn't get the spot.
I didn't even do the weather yet, did I?
Yeah, no.
Oh. Sorry, just so excited, man. Carried away with the excitement of the broadcast here. All right, showers likely, possibly thunderstorms, cloudy conditions, and highs near 87 degrees, east-northeast winds. And we might see gusts as high as 25 miles an hour today, 28 miles an hour tonight. Showers and possibly thunderstorms in the forecast for tomorrow as well. And we might be out of this by Thursday, where they are predicting mostly sunny skies again and daytime highs of about 86 degrees. What's that, Joe? You okay? What have I got here? The rest of this looks like heat index 90 degrees, 70% chance of rain, and rip currents, high surf advisories, and the possibility of some coastal flooding here today. Sunrise was at 6:40. I think I got some pictures from Jeff over at Pirates Cove. Bam, there it is. Color good on the screen, and we're projecting sunset tonight at about 6:28 or so. There it is. News and weather and Bitcoin together here on 93.3. This is The Point.
Who knew buying gas could help with your grocery bills? At 76 Circle K, when you fuel more, you can win groceries. Every 7 gallons of fuel earns you an automatic entry to win up to $3,500 in groceries every week at Payless. Fuel up and you're in. For My Rewards members, entries are tracked automatically. Not a member yet? Join My Rewards free. Fuel more, win groceries. Only at 76 Circle K Guam. No purchase necessary. Ends April 12th. See rules for details.
For all your real estate needs, call the professionals at Hoffaday Realty. Jody, Saran, Libby, and Lolita, and they'll take care of you on every step of the real estate process. No worries. Just contact Hoffaday Realty at 588-4232 or 588-HOFFA or email them at hoffadayrealty@gmail.com. They're at 426 Challenge San Antonio, Suite 204 in Tamuning. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 4. Hoffaday Realty for all your real estate needs. 719 Ray Gibson Show portion is brought to you by APL American President Lines, a global presence with a local home. And my friends over at Subway asking you to eat fit and eat fresh sandwiches that are loaded with protein, loaded with flavor, but not loaded with calories. How do they do that? Well, we will not teach the children of the new about the old ways that they've concocted over at Subway. You just got to go and check it out for yourself. All your favorite sandwiches have been modified now so that they are even better for you. Check it out today. There's a Subway near you. And get fit and get fresh with Subway.
It's the Ray Gibson Show. Call now, 888-TALK. That's 888-8255.
Multiple grooviness on the Facebook side and the YouTube side. We'll check in with them in just a second. Are you Kaduku671 asking, hey, what's up with the chat? Well, we had to restart the chat. There was some kind of a internet thing just as we started the program. We lost all of the feeds. That almost never happened. So I'm kind of curious as to what the nature of that was. I'll have to look at that a little bit later on. Or not, but anyway, everything got restarted, so we're back in the mix here. I got Leo Garcia saying good morning to everybody on that side. Bad Boy 671 Barbecue. Stephen Klein is online. Are you Kaduku 671 asking what's the Chamorro phrase or word for periodic maintenance? Anybody? It's
if anything,
lost to history. Lost it. We had it, and then the Spaniards took it away. That's what happened. We'll blame it on Magellan. Everything used to be properly maintained around here. Magellan comes along and got mad at us because we stole nails and everything and burned down the huts, and they abolished the language for periodic maintenance.
David Evans can do this for you.
David Evans can write me the song.
Blame it on Magellan. You can
right.
do it.
Guam Under the Sea says, I was on the pre-show link. Sorry about that. Like I said, it was beyond my control. But we're back up in all of the streams and just in time for Jerry Roberts to do the extra point. Yesterday, I was recovering from my nap and had a message from Jerry Roberts says, got to pull the ads, the Live to Lead ads. Go ahead and take them off the air. We're sold out. And I'm like, yeah, done it. Sold out.
Yes, sir.
But you managed, though, to...
Well, let me tell you, Dusitani is just an unbelievable hotel.
I heard.
I said to them, we're sold out, but I would like to have about 20 more seats, if possible. You know what they did?
Mm-hmm.
They sent the construction crew in. They moved the walls of the hotel out for me last night.
Widen the thing.
They widened the hotel just for me last night, and they said, Jerry, you got 20 more seats. Unbelievable hotel.
So, in fact, we were done with the extra point yesterday and talking about the Live to Lead, and one of our viewers, Neats, said, "Send me that link." And I'm worried now that she might not have been able to get through the website and make the reservations.
Live, L-I-V-E, the number 2, Lead, L-E-A-D, Guam.com. 20 more seats. I'm going to make one more run at badges. The final badges tonight. So I got about 6-7 companies that have been saying, yeah, I think we're going to come. We're going to come. If you want to come today, I need your names today, not tonight.
Yeah,
today. So we can run the badges so we don't have blank badges for your people on Thursday. We're within 48 hours. Please, if you want to be at Live to Lead, and why would you not? Please get your registration form in with names on it, and I will stay up all night if I need to and make the badges.
I was looking at the fee that you were charging and considering the expertise, the possibility of untold, incalculable numbers of ideas that are going to be presented to these guys. That's a small investment to make.
I think so. And by the way, if you come on Thursday to Live to Lead, Ray Gibson is going to be there. How do I know? I made a badge for Ray Gibson last night.
See, now I have to show up.
Now he has to show up. He'll be there signing autographs. He'll be doing T-shirts.
But I won't be making any presentations. You already got some big names in there. You got the guy from GRMC, Frank the Crank. We got Jessica Barrett. Yeah.
But if anybody drops out, I'll tap you right away.
Yeah, John Anderson once taught me years ago. He says, always be ready for at least a 10-minute presentation on something. And I remember we didn't have a speaker at Rotary, and he got up and told the story of the Star-Spangled Banner off the top of his head, and came back to the table. I said, how did you do that? He says, you should always have something that you can talk about for 10 or 15 minutes. I might be able to come up with something on my own. So anyway, 7:24 in Ray Gibson Show. And I'm going to milk this for as long as I can because Jerry Roberts, like Mary Poppins, when the wind turns, he's going to be leaving. But it's a pleasure to bring you another Jerry Roberts. Oh, and today, by the way, 2 times Jerry Roberts.
Oh, they printed me
They
again.
printed you again, Jerry
Thank
Roberts.
you so much, Guam Daily Post.
With his work zone, converting setbacks into learning opportunities. Why you must remove fear from failure. And that's going to be worth reading as soon as he's done with this morning's Extra Point, brought to you by First Hawaiian Bank. Chair.
Thank you, Ray. Bamboo HR, a company that serves the human resources field, has research that shows that 44% of new hires regret accepting a job very early in their employment. So, what has to take place after the onboarding process to help improve those numbers? Well, I got the answer coming next on the Extra Point.
Travel goals unlocked. Whether it's Korea in the summer or Japan in the fall, the United Credit Card from First Hawaiian Bank can help you turn your urge to explore into your next boarding pass. Apply by October 31st, 2025, and if approved, earn 45,000 bonus miles when you spend $2,000 within the first 3 months after account opening. Unlock your next adventure with the First Hawaiian Bank United Credit Card. It all starts with yes. Terms and conditions apply. To learn more, visit one of our branches or go to fhb.com/United.
The first week of employment is crucial for new hires, and this is not just in big companies. It is doubly crucial if you're a small organization. But the onboarding journey doesn't end there. The transition from orientation to ongoing integration into the team is a critical phase that sets the tone for the employee's experience and long-term success. This is where a direct supervisor plays a vital role in building a relationship that will lead to a successful hire and a satisfied worker. Traditional onboarding processes often include company orientation sessions, training on policies, and introductions to team members. And while these elements are essential to help the worker become familiar with the organization and to get going, they primarily serve as a foundation for what comes next. After the first week, the focus should shift to creating connections and building rapport. This is where the direct supervisor's involvement becomes absolutely critical. A supervisor should take the initiative to engage with new employees regularly. This can include one-on-one meetings to discuss the employee's experiences, concerns, and expectations. You don't just cut them loose after HR's done with them and toss them into the fray. By actively seeking feedback, supervisors can demonstrate that they value the employee's input and their well-being. This engagement also allows supervisors to gauge how well the new hire is adapting and to identify any areas where additional support may be needed. Too many times, the onboarding ends and the engagement ends with it. The new worker is tossed into their daily routine, the supervisor goes about his or her normal duties, and the worker, well, they are left to fend for themselves. Beyond relationship building, supervisors must take time to set clear expectations regarding job roles and responsibilities. This gives the new hire a sense of direction and purpose. It also reduces feelings of overwhelm and creating a more satisfying work experience. What it also does is provide a needed connection for the worker and extension of the onboarding that should continue for weeks. I said weeks with an S, to come as you slowly integrate the worker into their new working home. A critical aspect of this traditional or transitional phase is ongoing training, mentorship opportunities, and the supervisor's guiding hand to lead them through those early days and weeks. You need open communication where new employees feel comfortable voicing questions and concerns, regular check-ins, recognition of accomplishments, and constructive feedback all contribute to that employee satisfaction. By encouraging dialogue, supervisors can help create a culture of trust, and you need it, making employees feel valued and supported, and not thinking that they've been abandoned. Onboarding should not be a one-week wham-bam experience and have a nice career. The period after the first week of employment is pivotal for reinforcing the foundations laid during onboarding. Finally, with a supervisor's direct involvement in building relationships, setting clear expectations, and providing ongoing support, organizations can make new hires more successful. That gives you a better chance to keep good talent longer, and that is the name of the game. That's the Extra Point. Make something good happen today and get out there. Do it to it for 93.3 FM, The Ray Gibson Show, and for First Hawaiian Bank. I'm Jerry Roberts.
On the subject of onboarding, obviously companies don't just hire the same employee, and there's different job categories in every company. So that needs to be customized for the receptionist or the maintenance guy or the salesperson or, the technician, right?
But the overall thing is don't cut off the hand-holding right away. When HR is done with them, they give them to the supervisor, and the supervisor's got a load of things that he or she has to do. Yeah. And they don't pay attention to that worker. For a while, maybe a few days to watch them a little bit, and then it's over. In most cases, especially in small companies who don't have an HR's team to do the formal onboarding process. The mom and pops, the small companies, 25 people, 50 people or less, you really don't have that foundation laid in to do those things. They really need to do it. The supervisor has to step up and take that role. Otherwise, the worker's kind of looking around. Okay, did the few days.
I did the thing.
Now what do I?
Is there another thing?
And they're kind of left bobbing in the ocean all alone.
Interesting. The kind of stuff you're going to learn at Live to Lead on Thursday, and sign up today. What's the website again, Jerry?
leadguam.com.
All right, 7:31 in the morning. Got news coming up in a second, but I did want to get through some of the numbers here today because some of you. Let me just don't look at your 401 today. If you get the hankering, maybe an email from whoever it is that you've given your money to invest for your retirement or kids' college. Don't open the email today because it's going to be bad news. S&P 500 down by 71 points. NASDAQ is off by 258, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the big loser for the day, is off by 821 points. The first time I've seen it at around 48,000 in a little bit. I mean, it was just a couple of weeks ago. The thing tanked over at 50,000, but she's down now. This is going to be, and I don't even know. I don't know the cause of it. I'm going to assume that has something to do with tariffs and concerns about that. But frankly, you need to, whoever you gave your money to, call them up today and say, look and find me some bargains, because off by 821, no doubt there's going to be plenty of available opportunities out there. FTSE is off by 2 points. I got the Nikkei unchanged at around 56,000. Hang Seng is up by 668. Shanghai Index down by 51. And I've got the DAX off by 268. So Dow was the big loser here today, and there was some green, though. Procter & Gamble up by a couple of percent. Walmart, McDonald's, Johnson & Johnson, and Merck & Company round out the top five. Down around the bottom. And the biggest loser is, believe it or not, IBM. Looking at some of the commodities, what have I got here? Natural gas. Natural oil. West Texas crude at $66.38 for a barrel of that. So it looks like we're stuck in the 60s here. Gold. Are you ready for this? Gold, $5,250 for an ounce of gold. It's up by almost $170 here today. And good news if you're a silver stacker out there, we've got silver trading at $88.37, so up by $6 on that. So it looks like the precious metals come roaring back. Where am I at with the rest of this? You're going to Japan, 154 yen to the dollar. If you can afford the plane ticket over, those are kind of pricey right now. I've got 154. I got the Philippine peso at 57, and just a little bit. Is it weaker or stronger? 57.72, 57.96 yesterday. So a little bit tiny bit stronger than it was yesterday. And the South Korean won flat at 1,444. And as I said, Bitcoin moving down. I don't want to say rapidly. I don't want to be that guy, but I'm saying it was 67,000 yesterday, and today the Bitcoin number once again is
$64,593.
Right. So he lost about $3,000 worth of value on the Bitcoin in just 24 hours. I don't know that I can that I'm capable of appreciating that ride, especially if you bought when it was high and up in the hundreds and the 90s, and it wasn't that long ago when it was. Anyway, 7:34 in the morning. We got to take a look at what's going on in news and headlines with Charlie Hermosa. This one here being brought to you by the guys over at Hoffaday Realty. Ever since they have been Pika's best, and they're going for that again this year. You got questions about what's happening in the real estate market here on Guam, or maybe you've got a piece of property that you don't know what to do with. They'll have ideas. 588-4232. And the chow is waiting for you over at Burger King. Some of you are not eating meat because it's Lent. That's okay. They've got stuff on the menu for you. Got a sandwich that is made of fish, and they got one Whopper. The Impossible Whopper. It's 100% Whopper, 0% beef, just in time for Lent. At 7:35, Charlie Hermosa with news and headlines. What's going on, buddy?
Former Senator Roy Kanata was the first and only one to file his candidacy on Monday, the opening day for turning in candidacy papers for the 2026 primary elections. Meanwhile, 19 other potential candidates for various offices have started fundraising. The Guam Election Commission started accepting candidate packets, including nominating petitions, as of 8 a.m. on Monday. In other news, Pratehi Guahan is planning to stage a protest against deep-sea mining on Thursday afternoon at Adelup, where representatives from the Federal Bureau of Ocean Energy Management were scheduled to meet with Governor Lou Leon Guerrero. The group's protest is set for 2:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. on February 26 at the Governor's Complex at Adelup. Visiting BOEM representatives were expected to meet with the governor in Adelup at 3 p.m. that day. Meanwhile, Jeremy Layton Cruz on Monday was sentenced to 120 months or 10 years in federal prison with credit for time served for meth trafficking and money laundering. Cruz, who's 40, appeared before Chief Judge Francis M. Tydenko Gatewood, who imposed a sentence after accepting his guilty plea in November 2025 of conspiring to distribute 50 grams or more of hydrochlorine, and conspiring to engage in monetary transaction with proceeds of unlawful activity. He is the third and last of Cruz brothers to be sentenced in the meth case. His brother Eric Cruz is already in jail, and his youngest brother, Jonathan Cruz, died. And those are your local headlines. Back to Ray.
Thanks very much. A couple of the things that I'm interested in, speaking of criminals and folks that are out there, this has got to get tiresome. We talk about the second millennials, and before you got to the operation last night over at the B&B. I don't know what are we supposed to call it? Can we call it B&Bs or Charlies, or do we have to use the formal beans and beans and barrels?
B&B, I think everybody's saying, yeah, B&B.
So the sign outside, it's got the Beans and Barrels logo, and some guy wanders in last night and goes up to the coffee side of the store and says, "I'd like some beans." And the girls are like coffee beans, and he says, "No, Mongo beans. I'd like Mongo beans." And the girls are like, and kind of looking around like, "Can somebody get this guy out of here?" There was a problem that we have here in Guam. We've got so many mental health cases out there, and crystal methamphetamine guys walking around mumbling to themselves. Have you started to see more of that, Joe?
Yeah.
Are we
I
at
try
that?
to talk to them.
Are we at that stage?
The three of us.
There's where in the crystal methamphetamine addiction.
It's pretty bad.
It must be. There is, but there's a stage, right? So that where literally these guys. There was a guy that I saw walking down the street. And he was having a conversation with the sidewalk, and he'd stop and he'd motion, he'd keep talking, and he's got his hands moving around, and then he'd start, shuffling of his feet. So we got guys like that, and there's a story, magistrate report, talking about this woman, Casey Lynn Fuller. Cops responded to a criminal trespass complaint at the Mobile service station up in Dededo. Upon arrival, the officer met with the caller, who informed the officer that Casey had been asked to leave multiple times but refused. Defendant had arrived at the location at 8 o'clock in the morning and was bothering customers by asking them for money and screaming every so often, just every once in a while. I say, "See," you say, "Ha!" Can you imagine how annoying it must be to work at that particular mobile station or get gas at that particular mobile station. It is not the first time the defendant had engaged in similar behavior at that location. And so the cops got to do the cop thing and effect the arrest, right? Get the collar. And my guess is that this Casey Lynn Fuller has probably already back on the street and maybe at a different gas station bothering people for money and occasionally screaming. When I say see, only had enough juice for that one.
She gets help, man.
Me too. And I just wonder whether there's any kind of help for people like that around here. Because it seems to me that it is a growing problem, and yet another thing that the residents have got to get used to, and residents on their own have got to deal with it. I was telling you about the guy down in Tumon. He wasn't there this last weekend, and I'm hoping that maybe the conversation I had with Regine has inspired certain people somewhere in the government to go down to Tumon and get rid of some of these guys that at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, are walking up and down the streets in Tumon in the sidewalk, not just having conversations with themselves, but full-blown loud arguments with themselves. And at some point, our visitors, residents are going to take notice and just going, I don't want to go down there anymore. It's feeling dangerous in that part of the community. 7:40 in the morning, there's another magistrate report that I wanted to go over just because I think it's kind of interesting. It has to do with the juveniles that escaped from the juvie place last weekend. There was one guy that was out, and they finally caught up with him, but apparently was like shacking up with his 19-year-old girlfriend.
That's a good reason to get out, man.
Do we have
you gotta get to your chick, bro.
That's it. There's a quote. The guy had messaged her asking, "Do you know anyone that we can lay low at? Do you know anybody we can lay low at?" And apparently the answer was no, because they found him in the boondocks. 7:41 on the Ray Gibson Show. More on the way.
Craving delicious dishes with local flavors? Look no further than Mescla Bistro. From our juicy burgers to flavorful seafood and local fusion, every dish is made with love and the freshest ingredients. Join us for an unforgettable lunch, dinner, or decadent Sunday brunch. Visit us online at mesclaguam.com or call 671-479-2652 or 671-489-2653 to make a reservation. Mescla Chamorro Fusion Bistro, a true taste of Guam.
Knowledge is power. In just 60 seconds, the Evo 360 provides you a unique experience and a detailed report of your body composition for you to take action to improve your health. The Evo 360, turning information into inspiration to live a balanced lifestyle. Evo 360 is exclusively at the Take Care Wellness Center. Go to Simply Book Me or call 671-646-6956 extension 7260 for more information and to schedule an appointment with a member of the Take Care Wellness team.
Hey, 7:42 in the morning. My name's Ray, and I've been messing around with old computers and got pretty good advice from somebody about Windows 7 and not to plug it into the internet just yet. Otherwise, it will be virus central. Thank you very much. If you want new technology to play with, then swing by Beyond the Box on the first floor of the Micronesia Mall. You want some new computing technology. Maybe you've got one of those old iPhones that's got cracks and dents and dings on it, won't hold a charge. Get a new one. They have been restocked with iPhone 17s, all your favorite colors, and all of your favorite, I don't want to say combination of features, and the new version of the iOS 26.4, which does a couple of interesting things. Oh, and by the way, super discounts, if they're still there, super discounts on the remaining AirTag 1s that they have there. There are AirTag 2s that are out. They've updated it and have made one significant major improvement, and that is they're louder. They are louder. If you're an AirTag person, I'm an AirTag. I got dozens of AirTags, and the problem is every once in a while I'll need to go looking for something that is connected to an AirTag, and I have to turn everything in the house off, turn the radio off, turn the TV off, the air conditioner off. I got to turn everything off because I need to be able to listen for the. It's just a little tiny noise. It's still a whisper, but they've amplified it now, and the new ones are on the way at Beyond the Box, first floor of the Micronesia Mall. Right on, 7:43. Let me just get back to a little bit of the Ray Gibson trying to rehabilitate an old computer, because it's the one computer that will take the memory sticks from that Sony made back in the day, and so I turned the thing on, plugged it into a monitor, and the thing boots right up. As I said, goes into Windows 7, and then I realized, you know what you need to operate a computer? A keyboard. Guess what I don't have at the house? I have no keyboard. I've needed a keyboard outside of work because everything is on a laptop or you use your thumb on the phone. So I had to go and run someplace and go get me a new keyboard. That job was done. Strolled into afternoon traffic in order to get there and was surprised how decent it was yesterday afternoon. 7:44. What's it like this morning? Let me take a look at and see what the map is telling me about traffic. There wasn't a whole lot the last time I looked at it, but oh wow. OMG, traffic on Ipalpao right now, and it's not even Ipalpao. It looked like it's the lower end of Jigo where you're going to start seeing things slow down. I'm just saying, maybe there's somebody over at DPW that isn't waiting for an assignment from the boss. Could you go up to Ipalpao, the intersection at Marine Corps Drive and the Sang Song, and find out why that light is so suki? I mean, traffic is backed up every morning about this time, and it's not like there's a whole heck of a lot of traffic coming off of Isang Song and Leche Mecheche. It's just a bad light during drive time. Somebody's got to go and fix that. Also, likewise, looking at traffic on Route 3, General Ben Blas Drive, coming down to Marine Corps Drive. It hasn't hit it yet, but it's going to. Slowing down over by the intersection by the hospital. You are going to run into slower traffic before you get to Micronesia Mall, but south of that, things are looking pretty clear because everybody's still in Ipalpao. That's why they haven't even passed Woostig yet. What have I got? A little bit of traffic on that side. All right, Route 16, busy at Harmon Loop intersection, busy at maybe Rev Tax. Oddly, maybe a big funeral or something like that. And I got traffic slowing down in a couple of different directions. One getting into the Guard Center and the other one leading up to Super Happy Mart. So expect a little bit of a delay if you're headed towards 8, 10, and 16 on Route 16. Slower than normal traffic on Route 10 and lousy traffic just before you get to the intersection at 10 and 15. Not so bad over at Tai, not so bad through most of Route 4, but you are going to get the slowdowns in Ordot and Sinahanya just before you hit that downgrade. A little bit of dogging out traffic on Route 8 over by Santa Fe, and that looks like that's it for the hairy traffic. If you're on Marine Corps Drive anywhere south of downtown Agutnia, should be a straight shot all the way down to Big Navy and Sumai. It's 7:46. Do I have Senator Chris Duenas on the line?
Sure do.
We'll get to him next. Stay there.
Lent is about making better choices, so why not make a delicious one? Wendy's Crispy Fish is back for the season. Made with a quality pollock fish fillet, fried golden and full of flavor. Served as a warm, toasted sandwich, or have a satisfying platter with fluffy rice and a fresh garden salad. It's a perfect Lenten meal that delivers, but it won't last forever. Available for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
Travel goals unlocked. Whether it's Korea in the summer or Japan in the fall, the United credit card from First Hawaiian Bank can help you turn your urge to explore into your next boarding pass. Apply by October 31st, 2025, and if approved, earn 45,000 bonus miles when you spend $2,000 within the first 3 months after account opening. Unlock your next adventure with the First Hawaiian Bank United credit card. It all starts with yes. Terms and conditions apply. To learn more, visit one of our branches or go to fhb.com/United.
7:47 Ray Gibson Show brought to you by Take Care.
The Coconut Wireless is back. The Ray Gibson Show. Call now, 888-TALK. That's 888-8255.
I got it. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for something. The cartel guy that they unalived yesterday, El Mencho. I'm trying to figure out what that means. Charlie says the name refers to a stain. But wait, hold on a second. I'm looking up. Let me get the senator in on this. Do you know what El Mencho refers to there, Senator Chris Duenas?
Good morning, Ray, and I'll say defer to Charlie, and also half the day to Real Joe.
All right, gotcha.
I'll leave that one to Charlie.
All right, so I looked it up on the Googles. He was widely known by his alias El Mencho, a nickname that derives from Nemesio, Another nickname was the Lord of the Roosters. Apparently, he had a love for cockfighting, and you know what? Bring guys like this to Guam, because I think I'm not sure. I don't want to get into the politics of it, but it's fun to talk about politics. But the lieutenant governor has lifted the ban on live deliveries of fowl. Chickens and roosters and that kind of thing, of live chickens, and in the name of food security. But I'm also wondering if it's possible that some of the cockfighters that we've got in this town are excited about the possibility of maybe bringing in some new birds for the games.
Well, timing is everything, Ray.
Amen to that.
Aumento's got some export capabilities now.
Well, no, he's dead. They killed him, and that started off the civil war in Mexico. Yeah, I mean, how many states? Virtually every state in Mexico was experienced some form of violence or another one yesterday. Absolutely fascinating to see what's going on there, as well as the amassing of American war fighting powers just offshore in Iran. And I'm any minute now, I got this feeling that President Trump is going to make a phone call to Hegseth, and Hegseth is going to push a button to pulverize Iran into submission after all of these years. Finally, 10 away from the top of the hour, and there's an interesting story in the Guam Daily Post. It wasn't big enough to make the front page, but as far as this program is concerned, it should be the front page story. A report says the government revenue continues to outpace projections. Chris, what's up with that?
Well, I guess those articles of Sky Didn't Fall are continuing to be reinforced. But I just wanted to express a few things here that I'm a little surprised, by the way that this reporting is coming out. First of all, the net revenue is $38 million because there's $7 million in shortfall from special funds, which general fund has to cover mostly the guests, as well as actually tourist traction is not as low as it used to be. It's minus about 180,000. So that's actually starting to perform and move forward. So, and the other issue is this kind of came up in the discussions early in the first session where we had appropriations for GMH and also some other appropriations. I guess they said they're going to adjust the way they were reporting in terms of the CRER, because the first month or two was only showing about 7 or 9 million positive. And I think what they did was they stopped putting in the set-asides for the 20 million. The first 20 million of excess revenue goes to GMH. And then, of course, the 5 million